you guys? This is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for the Irregular at Magic High School, aka Mahoka Koko Naruto episode 13, alright? And this one starts off with Shizuku dominating in speed shooting, and it turns out that it wasn't just her, it was First High in general who dominated speed shooting, because they got all three spots on the podium, first place, second place, and third place, alright? And Tatsuya was getting a lot of praise for that because they were all the girls that he was working with. And in the light novels, they showed that conversation between Masaki and George and all the other third high people. And part of that conversation that they took out was Masaki saying that, yeah, I could understand the Kitayama girl getting first place with her own power, but those other two aren't that special. So for them to get second and third place, it must be because of the engineer. So, uh, yeah, so Tatsuya gets praised for uh, first high sweeping speed shooting in the rookie competition, and he deserves it. So, yeah. And the big thing here is that the school wanted to add active air mine to the magic registry to have it registered as an official new type of magic, and they wanted him to be listed as a developer of it. And he says no, they should have Shizuku do it instead. And he came up with some excuses like, I don't want to be put in this book as a developer for magic I can't even really use that well at all. But in reality, the real reason is because the registry people have really, really, really good research abilities. So they're practically private investigators. They can find out everything there is to find out about Tatsuya with time. So they'd find out about Tor Silver, they'd find out about his connections to the Yotsuba, they'd even find out about the military stuff with Kazuma, right, and Fujibayashi and Sanada and all them, all right? So that's the real reason why he's not doing it, because he has too many secrets and they've revealed them all. All right. There's actually another secret that hasn't been revealed yet, but that they'd probably find out too. But whatever. I won't. You won't be able to figure it out unless I actually tell you, because the concept hasn't been introduced yet. But whatever. Yokohama. Wait for Yokohama either later this season or in the next season whenever that comes. Um, but yeah, so he says no, and I would assume that they did in fact go ahead and give the school Shizuku's name as a developer. Um, then yeah, after this is that conversation that Third High was having, and as I said before, Masaki and George, they brought up Tatsuya, and they also brought up the fact that the CAD that Shizuku was using is like super new technology that was just barely revealed like not too long ago, and the version that was revealed wasn't even that good. It was like clunky and not really fit for actual competition. But Shizuku's obviously was, which means that for the CAD to be improved to that extent, it wasn't available on the market like that. So the person who had to have made it that way was the engineer himself, aka Tatsuya. All right, so they were able to figure out that this dude Tatsu is actually pretty legit. And so yeah, I already talked about other parts of the conversation, so I guess I'll just move on to the battle board now. Um, Honoka, she's there, and she uses light optical, but in illusion is pretty much like she's messing with I forgot what the light wave optic type magic, something like that. All right, who cares? Oh, actually, wait, hold on. I have it written down here somewhere. Light wave oscillation magic. There we go. There we go. Light wave oscillation magic. She uses that on the water surface, and she wins easily. Like the other girls like fell off, and that was it. In the light novel, they again went into more detail as usual. They always do, saying that in reality she was fast enough where she didn't even really need to use the light wave oscillation magic. She could have just went. And Tatsuya's actually apologized to her at one point because he said that now that she has done that, the others are probably going to team up against her in the next round, which wouldn't have happened if she had just not used that and just gone and won with her own speed. So there's that. But Honoka, of course, isn't gonna blame Tatsuya for anything. So, and she praised him and talks about how, you guys saw about how she's never won anything before. But it's only like elementary school though. But whatever. Um, so yeah, Honoka. The next round's gonna be tougher for her, but I'm sure she'll do fine. Oh, actually, maybe not because as we saw at some point in this episode, the no-head dragon dudes, they're looking to get involved again. Well, I'll get to that when I get to it. Um, so there's a little meeting going on between Katsuto and Mayumi and Mari and all the top level people, and they're talking about how all the girls are doing really, really, really freaking well, and with the exception of Katsuto himself, Jumonji, all the guys pretty much suck. Hatsuri got like second place in Battle Board. I think it was Battle Board. He got second place in something. Um, but all the other guys are like eliminated before they get to the podium, so they're not doing too well. Oh, actually, as a matter of fact, the No Head Dragon stuff came after this. Um, they talked about how they went to the trouble of injuring Mari. All right, so that's like a confirmation that they were the ones involved in all that stuff that happened. All right, and they were talking about how they don't want first title win because it wouldn't make, number one, it wouldn't make them any money, and two, they would lose money. All right, and if they lose too much money in their business deals and stuff that are going on with this tournament, then their boss would come and just kill them all off. All right, on some Hajime Isayama crap or like freaking George R. R. Martin or something. Like they just come and kill them off. So they end up saying that they have to make a move quickly. All right, which means that the last time they made a move, Mari was injured and she was taken out of the competition. All right, so that's probably going to be the next thing they do: try and injure someone again and take them out of the competition. And when they do that, it's obviously going to be someone who has a chance of winning their particular event, probably an event that has a decent amount of importance. So, um, it could be they they'll go after somebody. How about I say that? The obvious choice. There are a couple obvious choices, but I'll just tell you right now, like, no. I'll just tell you now, no. The next person they go after is going to be a person you don't even expect. Um, though me saying that kind of defeats the purpose of me hyping up maybe Honoka is going to be a target, but who cares? Whatever, not a big not a big deal. It's really not. Pretty much all I did was tell you that you're not going to know what happens next, so that's not really much of a spoiler, but whatever. Um, No, maybe you do, because if you've been paying attention, never mind. Never, I'm not. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even gonna say. I don't want to give too many hints now. Um, but anyway, moving on. Tatsuya is heading back to his room at some point at night, and he senses Miyuki in there. Like you can actually tell. He knows she's in there before he even opens the door. All right, and he talks to her, and they talked about the whole magic uh, registry thing, developing, being listed as a developer of the magic of and all that stuff that I mentioned before. And Tatsuya admits he admits the real reason why he doesn't want to be listed as a developer, and he ends up going into this monologue about taking on the Yotsuba. All right, him and Miyuki versus the entire clan, and he says that with his decomposition magic, he's a good match for Maya, and that he actually might be able to take down the Queen of the Night. All right, so that's that's a fight I want to see. I'll tell you that right now. Haven't seen it yet in the light novels, but I definitely want to see that Tatsuya versus Maya Yotsuba. But he says that he might be able to defeat her, but once he takes her down, the rest of the people there, it's just going to be too much, and he won't be able to do it. So yeah, he's just saying right now that they're just going to have to obey whatever the Yotsuba clan says until they can overthrow them. So yeah. More people like to say that there's not much to Tatsuya's character, but you start to realize as the series goes on that there's actually a lot of stuff to him and his past and his character in general, and what makes him who he is and why he acts the way he does. So there's clearly more than meets the eye to his whole family situation. The fact that he would want to, the fact that he would even consider fighting his aunt and defeating her, possibly killing her. Right? Like that's yeah. There's clearly more to this family relationship than meets the eye. There's obviously something. Just, the way this world works, man. You can look at how, and it's not like it's just the Yotsuba family, the Yotsuba clan that's like this. Like the Ten Master clans in general are all crazy. As a matter of fact, I'll get into that later. One of the things that makes this world so strange. Um, I'll get into that in like a minute, because the first thing I need to do is talk about how Shizuku beats Akane Kasuga. All right, and then yeah, no one who get like we knew she was gonna beat freaking Akane Kasuga, who we're literally never gonna see again probably. All right, but after that we see Honoka kind of admiring Tatsuya, and she has this flashback of the entrance exams for First High, and you see Miyuki go, and she's awesome. Everyone's like, oh my god, oh my god. All right, and then we see Tatsuya go, and he's not nearly as impressive in terms of strength, but in terms of his magic sequence, it's just awesome the way he does it. Right? And Honoka admires that. And I'm going to read to you how the light novel put this, because there was more, obviously, again, more detail in the light novel. But this is what it says. It says, when compared to normal magicians, Honoka, who specialized in light wave oscillation magic, was only acutely sensitive towards the magical side effects that created light wave background noise. An overabundance of interference, or remnants of magic sequences, would all form into surplus scion surges, say that 10 times fast, and oscillate in the empty air. When photons, light particles, interact with these responses, the ensuing result is light wave noise. But this cacophony was wholly undetectable in his magic. In other words, there were no excess materials in his magic sequence. His magic power was expanded to its limit and entirely devoted towards phenomenon rewriting, making for a magic that was calculated down to the last detail. Honoka thought that it was a work of pure art. Hitherto she had never seen such a beautiful piece of magic. Afterwards, even though she bore witness to Miyuki's dominating magic, she still couldn't forget that magic. That's why Honoka felt deeply betrayed when she saw the lack of the 8-petal flower on Tatsuya's breast during the student orientation. This was the reason why Honoka nursed an overly antagonistic attitude towards Tatsuya's group that day. Why are you on that side? Course 2. Why aren't you on this one? Course 1. Honoka's eyes were blurred by this illogical fury. True, in terms of speed, strength, and scale, every category clearly set him far from the standards of a course. Really? Sorry about that. Had a phone call that involved work tomorrow, but whatever. Moving on. Where was I? True, in terms of speed, strength, and scale, every category clearly set him far from the standards of a Course 1 student. Yet, the fact that he, in quotes, who could weave such wondrous magic had to be satisfied with being a mere substitute, or weed, Honoka felt that this was utterly unforgivable. So, yeah, that kind of lets you know why it is that Honoka feels the way she does, why she acted the way she did in episode 1, and how it is she came to notice Tatsuya and what exactly her feelings for him are like. It's actually kind of similar to Miyuki, in the sense that Miyuki realizes just how good Tatsuya is and what he can do, and he might not be good in certain areas, but he's good in areas that make him at a level where they both realize that he does deserve to be a Course 1 student, and they just want him to get the respect that he deserves. But at the same time, their feelings kind of go beyond that. So it's interesting. That quote there lets you kind of get a glimpse at the mind of Honoka. So it's a shame that they didn't put that in the anime episode this week, whether through narration or just Honoka's thoughts in general. So yeah, that's a shame. But anyway, after this, Miyuki faces Ayaka Shimizu, who gets destroyed because Miyuki uses Inferno, And if you saw the look on Istori's face, this was gold. He's like, his eyes were like this, like he was shocked. And they didn't explain the way Miyuki won in the episodes. Like, so just read that too. It says here in the light novel, flash freeze icicles that were formed in a hurry were nothing more than rough ice cubes with countless pockets of air within. These pockets would rapidly expand when heated, causing the icicle itself to crack, despite the icicle becoming more fluid under the heat. Suddenly, the temperature stopped rising. Immediately afterwards, a shockwave burst spread across the enemy field. Miyuki had switched magics. She was compressing and releasing the air, and every frail icicle within the enemy field shattered as one. Right, so that's how that worked, and that was like what they say, rank A magic. So yeah, it's obviously impressive. And at dinner, I guess it was dinner, all the girls were praising her for it, and they were also praising Tatsuya for actually making it for calibrating her CAD so that she could in fact do that. And they also praised him for his work, not just with Miyuki, but with Shizuku, Honoka, and all the others too. And Tatsuya's getting all this praise, and the guys, you see the guys, and they are not happy at all. They are angry, right? They are mad because the guys could have had Tatsuya as their engineer, but they didn't want him, so they gave him to the girls, and now the girls are all winning while they can't buy a win. All right, so they're mad that they're in this situation and they're seeing what could have been, and they're both mad that they're mad both that they didn't take Tatsuya so that they could win, but at the same time they're seeing it completely differently in the sense that they are blooms and he is a weed, therefore they should be able to win without him. They're they want Morisaki specifically. He wants to prove that blooms are better than weeds and that he's not inferior, which is funny because now he's feeling exactly the way a weed would feel with the way him and other blooms were treating them. So it's funny that the weeds are feeling like blooms and the blooms are feeling like weeds. So like it's kind of reversed here, and even though they feel the way the weeds would, they're still going to try and treat the weeds the same way. So even though they know what the feeling's like now, which is stupid. Morisaki's one of those characters that never grows, pretty much. He's just like used to show the old way of thinking and how stupid it is, pretty much. And after he gets angry, he goes in the hallway and he declares that they're gonna win Monolith Code no matter what. I'm just like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, let's see you win Monolith Code, Morisaki. Um, Although to be fair, the Monolith Code tournament is actually one of the best parts of the arc. Like no joke, it's actually really legit. All right. And I'll give you one hint as to someone who participates in that Monolith Code tournament. His name rhymes with Michijo Hasaki. All right, I'll give you a big hint as to who participates in that. So the Monolith Code tournament is actually pretty fun to watch. So just because Morisaki's in it, don't think, oh my god, this is gonna suck. It's actually really legit. Um, there are a lot of reasons why it's legit, but I won't tell you all of them. I'll just say, that dude whose name rhymes with Michijo Hasaki is going to be in it. Speaking of guys whose names rhyme with Michijo Hasaki, someone by the name of Ichijo Masaki confronts Tatsuya at the end of the episode along with George. And Miyuki was there too, but they didn't want to. She just happened to be there. She's just like, whatever. The real person who wanted to confront there was Tatsuya, so that's interesting to see how that's going to go next episode. But yeah, that's that, you guys. One last thing I want to do, one last scene I want to read from the light novel is this is a little bit of narration about Amy, because this actually kind of develops her a little bit, kind of, not really, but kind of a little. I just thought it was worth mentioning, so I'll just read this to you. Um, Her name was Amelia Gold. Her other name was Amelia Goldie. Her full name was Akechi Amelia Goldie Amy. Amy was a quarter British stock. Her nickname Emmy, E-M-M-Y, as in the Emmy Awards, rather than originating from her Japanese Amy, probably came from her British name Amelia. A magician's ability was heavily influenced by genetics. And due to the connection between magic and national power, each country jealously guarded its magic bloodlines and either officially or unofficially forbade international marriages between magicians. Yet in the generation of Tatsuya's grandparents, allied countries actively encouraged international marriages between magicians. The goal was to cross excellent stock to develop superior magicians. Develop in quotation marks. All right. The ensuing result was that over half the current students at Magic High Schools boasted bloodlines from Western Europe or India. Leo was one of them, and the female student known as Akechi Amy was another. All right, and Leo, that just means that Leo's actually kind of special. Like, I mean, we knew that from episode 1 when he introduced himself. I forgot what he said he was. What did he say he was? Part German or something? I don't remember, but he said he was part something. Obviously, Leon Hart isn't exactly the most Japanese name, but yeah. So that just goes to show you what I was talking about before about how strange this world is, where they care so much about genetics. They kind of limit who you can marry and who you can have children with, and they actually. Oh no, let me not go there. You'll learn about that later, probably, maybe, probably, but yeah, it's just the world they live in is just like that. It's interesting to watch this world develop and all the drama and things unfold, and just learn about how it is this world works and how it came to be that way. But yeah, um, for Leo to be one of those magicians with the mixed bloodlines and stuff, you could tell they're gonna do something. They're gonna do something with that at some point. It's just a matter of when. Uh, I know when, but you guys don't know that yet. It happens in my favorite arc of the series so far, but that won't be in this season, so don't worry about it for now. But that's it for the episode, you guys. Um, and overall, I'll give this episode a 7 out of 10. I was gonna give it something higher, but then I realized that the reasons I would have given it a higher rating are all stuff from the light novels that I added into this review and that weren't actually in the episode itself. So yeah, I'll just give it a 7 out of 10. The big thing was the whole magic registry stuff and how all of his identities and secrets could be revealed. So with that and the no head dragon stuff, that short part in there, I'll just give the episode a 7 out of 10. It was a cool episode, and that's it, you guys. I'll put my live reaction up after this. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Uh-oh. Speed. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Right off the bat. Dang. I smell a thumbnail. No new opening yet? I mean, I like this one. Just pile on the praise. Keep on doing it. You can't. I won't tell you why he can't, but he can. Excuses, excuses. Hmm. Hey. Is that Kirito's voice? I can't believe I'm just now noticing. It's not that I didn't notice, I just couldn't place it. Not on the market, but he's using them anyway. Tatsuya using those connections. Which means he had to make it that way. Yep. Tatsuya had to make it that way. Hmm. to work towards silver. Hmm. Honoka. Yeah, Maku. Just do it. Just do it. Another possible thumbnail. Another possible thumbnail. Honoka is just too good. Thought she was going to go for the jumping hug. She's so adorable. Oh, there they are. No head dragon. That doesn't sound too good. For that, at least. Oh, they're going to tell you now. Okay. Cool. Yes. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, wow. Dang. Well, as I was saying, this is going to be epic. Ah, this is going to be awesome. In the world. These girls are strange. Yes. There it is. She's got the Shrine Maiden look going. Oh my god. Nice. Protecting herself and attacking at the same time. Inferno. Yo. Yo. Oh my god, she's so good. Morisaki. All the guys are mad because they're doing well, but they're not. They're so jealous that he's getting all this praise when he's just a weed. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy his pain. Oh, Monolith Code is tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. Oh my god. I can't wait. Oh my god. Uh, then again, I don't know what order they're gonna go in. So tomorrow doesn't necessarily mean next episode. Probably, but you never know what'll come before that. Oh man. Monolith Code is gonna be awesome. Miyuki versus Shizuku and Ice Pillar Break, that's gonna be awesome. We still have Miyuki to do freaking whatchamacallit in in Mari's place, whatever it's I don't even remember at this point. Mirage Bat, there you go. We have Tatsuya getting angry. There's still a lot to look forward to in this arc. There's still a lot of epic stuff that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Look forward to that. I say that every week, but look forward to it, and that's that. See you guys next time. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, man. Oh, man. This done for sure. See you guys next time.